body. Got a problem with authority. Would you stop a speeding bullet? Are you afraid of the masked man? Come on, bring it on. Think you've got a game?
Hey, welcome back to another Ad Late Show. Friday night party with hockey coach Francis directly for the beautiful Contour Italian on amazing great Friday night, April 18, 2025. Hopefully, you're going to start your Eastern weekend on a great way with talking about the Montreal Canadiens. I think that's the best way to do. And of course, tonight we're going to talk about the couple of news around the Montreal Canadiens. And honestly, the subject of the night, guys, let's talk abs. You can see the smile at front players. Look about Devorak. Look about Sakoski. Look about David Demidov. And of course, Suzuki at Dobesh. And the reason we want to talk about Montreal Canadiens because they're going to be in the playoff for the first time in the last 4 years and going to play again the Washington Capitals Monday night. We're going to present all the game we can for all of you for the playoff NHL 2025. Many times we're going to do a double header and going to start, of course, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. The Jet owes the Blues, and then I'm going to follow up right away the game number one between the Colorado and the Star. So join us for all the playoff. This is the place to be if you want to talk about the Montreal Canadiens. We talk about NHL playoff or anything about the Montreal or the NHL. We have a great channel talking about hockey. We respect each other and we enjoy to be all together. So thanks for all of you to be with part of the show tonight. 60 minutes, 90 minutes. But the most important things, don't forget, please, to subscribe and click on the likes. And we welcome all of you. And happy Easter for all of you. Us in Thailand is a Songkran festival. And we talk about that. We do all these fun activities right now outside, shooting people with water gun. And this is the biggest day of the festival today. Is close the week of the water festival today from when we're going to be out between 1 o'clock afternoon. I'm going to walk on the beach all the way to the night. And we have a great activities around the beach here in Pattaya and Thailand. So thanks for being a part of the show tonight. Thanks for being a part of the great weekend of the NHL start to play off. We have a few people knock the door. Alexandre Mayu is in the house tonight. Thanks for being a part of the show. Guy also. Butch, Constantin, PS. Many of you was with us a little bit early to watch the Laval Rocket today. Robert Lavigne knocked the door. Thanks for being a part of the show tonight. We have Alexandre Maillard. Din is in the house. Roger also with us. Nicolas knocked the door. Algie Grabro is with us. Thanks to be a part of the show tonight. It's a Friday night party. How you do that, Coach? But if we don't have template, we go with flow. We answer to your question. We just talk about everything's going on around the Montreal Canadiens. We have a lot of things to talk about. How going happening with Laval and Montreal during the playoff against Washington Capitals. So we have a lot of great things to talk about. And like I said, we're going to sharing everything. Robert Leving said, cold 70 point plateau, plus minus plus 9. How can you not appreciate the guy, Cole Caulfield, with 37 goals, I believe, this season about that. Mark said the Jet will sweep tonight this series. Alexander Moncton won the series. Good for Caleb said clips the Memorial Cup. There will be a big fight between Shongan and Rimouski and the Moncton. Honestly, Alexandre. Jeffrey Palmer, welcome in the house. RJ Calabo gave us update what's going on. We have Bush again talking about explaining has been again on his play because he's played with hurt or something. Perry knocked the door. Alexandre. Bon, vendredi saint, tous les chrétiens. Et voilà. D'après Alexandre, qui se souvient de la partie entre le Québec Nordique, and the Montreal Canadiens. Let's move on, guys, for the first thing we want to talk about. And we're going to go, of course, like you see, guys, Saturday, St. Louis at Winnipeg. Thanks for all the 9,240 subscribers of the Hockey National Show. And we can wait to talk to all of you at some point. I want to flow like it's fun thing. First of all, guys, I want to talk about the Hockey Nation Fantasy Hockey. We talk about this Hockey Nation Fantasy Hockey, but it was 4 years we do that league ESPN by the ESPN, and this year, guys, we have a winner. It's not me. It was my first year. I was not at the top 3 of the playoff. Wasn't a really good NHL draft. Too many injuries and the second half of the season. But the winner, guys, is Marco Larabie. Marco did it of the Hockey National Show with the first place with a record of 17-5. We have to give credit for Steve G on the final. Peter August have a good year also. And Artap, like me, got hurt at the end of the season. But his fantasy MVP for Marco is Leon Tresarol and is the draftee still in Lane Hudson at the 9th round. Lane Hudson was selected on the 9th round on the ESPN. So Marco Larabie, congratulations for your winner of the fantasy hockey. So that's happening for Marco Larabie, guys. I don't know if Marco is around, but we want to mention his great performance on the ESPN Fantasy Hockey. We have a bracket challenge, NHL, but we cannot find the league. It's funny, guys. The ESPN cannot give us a copy link, so we have to looking for searching for the league, and we cannot find it. I built 2 different bracket league, and they don't give any copy link. That's don't surprise me from NHL, by the way, about that. So I apologize for that situation. I'm going to work on this today. If I have it right, I'm going to start this. We have until Monday anyway to fix your bracket. So I just want to explain to you what's happening on this situation about that. Concerning a bit, Butch, Alexandre, Ron with Kings is in the house. Welcome back, Ron. Thanks for being part of the show tonight. Willie Snyder back in the house tonight. Willie, hopefully you're doing well. My friend Willie from Denver. Wait for the Colorado Avalanche. We're going to do the game tomorrow, Willie, of the Colorado Avalanche for that one. I want to talk about something, guys. NHL news. Jason Robinson is out week to week with Eskinen out. We know how that it is, the Dallas Star. It's a good team. 4-line can score. Robin Hans, honestly. Matt Duchene, Jimmy Benn, Thomas Harley play a ton of minutes. The goaltender Jake Ottinger, Mika Rantanen going to play again his own team, the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado Avalanche had great players. Nelson, Charlie Coy, this is a team already built for the playoff a long run with Kel McCarr. What a great performance for Kel McCarr this season. Nathan McKinnon, Jonathan Drouin, Nick Ushkin. Uh, this is a team could get go. They got two new goaltenders, Mackenzie Blackwood and of course Scott Witchwood. For it's going to be a battle of the warrior between the color of an inch and the dollar star. On that one, Guy Hardy. Pizza, salut mon âme, merci pour le temps. I'll visit Avalanche for the Stanley Cup. I will have you and my hair until I watch the party go Avalanche. Yes, NHL bracket is so fun. McCarr is a Hall of Famer for PS. So that's happening, guys. For that, there are not other big news around the NHL news, but NHL by number. I want to give you guys NHL by number. You know how I like to give you number. A very interesting subject to talk about by number. Let's see what we got this one. NHL by number. Alexis Prodas for the Washington Capitals, guys. And we have AGL with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Both of them scored 30 goals plus. What is really interesting, they score all the goals at 5 versus 5. They never have, both of them, 0 goal on the power play goal this year. Really impressive. Two players, we know AGL was not drafted by anybody. The Montreal Canadiens with Martin with Marc Bergevin and his men, Timmins and other personal staff development like Cholet and everybody else, right? They invite AGL at the training camp for young development players. And they select Distel over him. Yes, I'm going to repeat. At the end, they have to invite one of the two at the camp. And they pick Distel over AGL. What a mistake by the Montreal Canadiens. We know the Blackhawks opened the door for AGL, and he was straight for the Tampa Bay Lightning after that. I'll just give you some time, guys. Whatever you're an expert in hockey, a general manager in hockey, you make mistake. What the biggest mistake for the Montreal Canadiens. Now, the first skater in NHL, everybody talk about Nathan McKinnon, but it's not him. It's Mike Wood, another teammate of the Nathan McKinnon, is the fastest skater in NHL this year. And finally, Ken McCarr scored 30 goals this season. He is the first one to do that as a defenseman since Mike Green with the Washington Capitals in 2009 for the number in NHL. Just want to share with you about what's going on. I like to get some kind of news about that. McCarr is Hall of Fame from Guy. Drouin, my grandmother, his middle name, here we go. Alexandre Avalanche is my team too on the west side. Willis Nala Demidov is amazing. Ron Perry, Ab are gonna be hard pressed to match Washington. Second, third line, that would be where the big problem. And 26, Lemieux and Crosby are to the Penguins was what Richard Bilvaux are to the Montreal Canadiens. Malcolm to the Penguins, what Lafleur was, everything on that for the Penguins. PS 30 goal is a lot. And Rabinoff, New York Rangers, wait until the end of the season to announce Panarin sexual assault and how everybody will forget about it come in October. Heroes for N. Rabinoff for that one. Calgary got a good defenseman. Talk about Parek. A great pick for this Calgary first round 2024. Zachary Parek. There we go. So you get about information right there for what's going on. Montreal Canadiens announced today. David Savard retired as a defenseman with the Montreal Canadiens. David Savard, I'm going to give you some information there, if you don't mind. About that. No, it's not this one at all. Not that one at all. So I don't know my information about David Savard, but anyway, guys, I can talk about David Savard. David Savard announced today he's going to be retired. Played 4 years with the Montreal Canadiens after he signed a contract as a UFA for the Tampa Bay Lightning. The winner of the Stanley Cup of 2021, David Savard, played over 259 games, 63 assists or point with the Montreal Canadiens. David Savard gave a lot of great um, years for the Montreal Canadiens. He was a player, was on the transition between the youngest players and to the oldest players of the rebuilding team for the Montreal Canadiens. Savard was excellent for his leadership, off ice, on ice. They call him the big brother for the young players joining the Montreal the last couple of years. Talking about Jordan Harris, uh, Kovacevic, Strobel, Jekai, Hudson, we talk about Mayu, Rebecca around the team at some point. Um, so those kind of players benefit to play with David Savard. We saw David Savard the second half of the game, guys. It's called for the Montreal Canadiens guys select like you can see him the second half. I got disturbed with the comments. I got a text right now, but from his how slow he become, and that could be maybe a problem for that, in my opinion, for the playoff against the Washington Capitals. This is the only thing they have on that one. So at the end of the day, this is happening, guys, for the Montreal Canadiens against Washington Wizards. David Savard announced he retired as a defenseman in NHL after 14 years also. I remember David Savard was part of a big team with the Columbus Blue Jacket many years before he got traded on at the trade deadline a couple of years ago and won the Stanley Cup with the Tampa Bay Lightning. David Savard, right defenseman, is going to be missed inside the locker room for the Montreal Canadiens. Some of you said he's going to work with the Montreal Canadiens. I'm not sure. If I was him, get out of the hockey right now for 1 year. Take care about your family. You don't miss money anyway. Take, you know, take care about your family first. Drive the kids to the school in the morning and enjoy that retirement for 1 year. You're going to get a job anyway by the Montreal Canadiens. Don't come back right away in July. I think it will be a mistake from him. Just relax for 1 year and see all its fun options you have in front of you. I believe David Savard could be really great on the media for the Montreal Canadiens. I'm sure he would like to be a coach in NHL one day. I think he have everything to become a great coach, assistant coach in NHL. But definitely Montreal Canadiens are going to offer him a job. But personally, for me, my own opinion, it would be better for David Savard to retire and take a 1 year off about that on this one. So that's happening, guys. We have a few people. Marco, we just announced you as the winner of the fantasy link. Now, let me check, guys. I will try to pick up that. Give me about 20 seconds. I'm going to give you guys on the BR. I'll be right back. Give me about 10, 15, 30 seconds, guys. I'll be right back. About to pick up the link. I don't know if it will work on the channel, on the link on the channel. About that, we'll see if it work or not. Run, if you can try it, run if you don't mind for Marco. Just try the bracket. Or someone can try the bracket challenge. You don't have to do the bracket right there, but if you can click to let us know if you work or not, that'd be great. Savard Stanko with Laval. You know, and remember, it's not a bad idea. Just what happened with Alex Burrows, guys. Burrows retired, but he removed for the assistant coach behind the bench to be a part of the player development to take care about his family. Again, if I'm David Savard, I take 1 year off completely. Just enjoy a little bit more on that one. And congratulations again for that one. Why so cranky? Andrew, I don't know what you're talking about. Andrew, welcome to the show, by the way, Andrew. About that, I tried to pick up everything. Ça va bien? David Savard, right hand. David Weber and Mayu, right hands. And do we talk about this? Good point, coach. For that one, try to pick up everything what's going on. So I don't know, Andrew, what you're talking about. Andrew, I would like to know. Um, Ron said, "I is good. I just joined." So you guys, this is the line to take care about this. You have until Monday to do that. Thanks, Marco, to create that. I did not know how this works. Honestly, I tried, but it did not work. Savard as kid better, and the player development can stay home. Pizza had 3 kids. By the way, David Savard. Point out behind David Savard, guys. Now, Montreal Canadiens are losing a right defenseman. What would be the best for Montreal Canadiens? Do you think David Rebacker, Logan Mayu, both of them are ready? Do you think both of them going to fix the right side for the Montreal Canadiens? If it's the case, Alex Carrier, David Rebacker, Logan Mayu. That's 3 on the right side. You have to bring Lane Hudson on the left side. You have Lane Hudson, Mike Madison, Jadon Strouble, Albert Jekai, and Caden Cooley. 5 defensemen, 3 on that left side. That gave 8 for the Montreal Canadiens. If you go that with 8, Montreal Canadiens right now have to play with 13 forward, 1 extra forward, 2 extra defensemen, and 23 player roster for the Montreal Canadiens. So, are you willing to accept that? But every game, you have to put 1 L3 scratch, young players. Do you feel Mayu and Rebecca are ready? If not, do you expect Montreal Canadiens trade for a right defenseman with experience with the team? So, this is what could happen for the Montreal Canadiens during the off summer. Any players in the chat will tell you what's going on. You can give me. Boss, congrats, Alexandre. Le lien marche pour moi aussi. Félicitations. We will miss Savard. Shot blocking was a base. Overtime. Hey, coach. Yes, Mark. Goulet is a top 4. One of the Madison Hudson need to play third pairing if this the all play and all that. That's the reason behind that, guys. So Montreal Canadiens have to figure out something. Can they put Lane Hudson constantly on the right side? I don't know. This is a big problem, but a good problem when you have many talented players for the Montreal Canadiens. Hudson and 26. Gary Conway is in the house. Other coach and our friends, David Savard is a classy outcome. He should be higher for the Montreal development players. We have Robert said, knowing Montreal injury bug, I think is the best to keep them all about that. Bush said, Martin Saint-Louis will put Demidov versus Ovechkin in the series, and I'm sure Demidov will do a good job at covering Ovechkin. I watched all the game of the Demidov. Bush, if we use that, Demidov cover Ovechkin, the playoff is sweep by Capitals in 4 games. Demidov is not an excellent defensive player, guys. He is not. I watched all the game with Demidov. All the game. Why to use a player play only 2 games in NHL to cover the best scorer in NHL history, Alex Ovechkin? Why to put all the pressure of Demidov right now? Let him alone. Let's play 10 minutes per game, 11 minutes per game. That's it. Why to put this? We did not reach the playoff because of Demidov. We reached the playoff because 23 other players did it in 82 games. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we got here, guys. First of all, we have Stan the Man is in the house. Good evening, coach. I think the app will trade one of the defense of the package for the second center. We have a lot of trade bait, by the way, by the Montreal Canadiens. Joe Pellet, River will make the team next season. You're right about this. That's my expectation, Joe. Now we see if we have the extra right defenseman, or we consider to play only with 2 right defensemen and the rest of the defensemen are left side. Perry, Rebecca need another year in Laval. Mayu is closer, but we should go. I disagree with you, Perry, on that one. Mayu is not close at all. Rebecca is closer at Mayu. If you watch the game tonight, that's a good example. How about that? And I just disagree with you about that. Rebecca need another year. If it's the case, Gary. So Perry, if it's the case, Montreal send back Mayu and Rebecca and Laval. One more year. You need to set. You need to trade for two right defensemen. You cannot play with one right defenseman. So I believe Jackie's trouble are going to be a trade bait with with Mike Madison to be trade. I said yes, Jackie. I said yes, trouble, and I said yes, Mike Madison. Cooley Hudson don't go nowhere. Montreal will be in difficulties if they don't get Rebecca in the lineup next season. Because you need experience on defenseman, a physical on the right side. Alex Carrier is a second pairing defenseman. So you're missing a first pairing defenseman and you're missing a third pairing defenseman. Now, can we move Hudson that side? Possible. But Hudson, guys, to get to play again the best player opening team, it's not good. I don't like Hudson on the right side anyway. In my opinion. 2 years in Laval, improvement is defense. And Rabinov, Mayu did not play for 18 months, guys, when he was 19 years old, with injury and with suspension. So Mayu need to improve more. Now, Mayu's biggest problem is decision making. This is the biggest problem for him. So you need to figure out that how he can become a better defenseman before he reaches the NHL. I submit my bracket. Habs are not the same for the. Here we go. Dimitrov is a scorer, guys. Come, who said that? Get strong forward. Greeting, Roger Delaney. Welcome back in the house, Roger. Thanks for all the light we got so far. We need more, if you don't mind. We need another veteran right defenseman to replace Savard. Great point, Gary. That's Johnson. I see St. Louis bench Dimitrov and the third player for some reason. Of course, Butch, it's 3-1. You need to win the game. Dimitrov is not related a good defensive player like Patrick Laney. So you want to keep winning the game. So we don't need gold. So that's the reason he play only 10 minutes. He's not going to play only 10 minutes every game. But the situation make that game. I'm telling you right now, it's 3-2 Montreal at the third period Monday night. You're not going to see Dimitrov every shift. He's going to be benched with Laney. There we go. Mr. Triple W, welcome back in the house. Coley would be on the ice every time Washington first line is on the ice. Coley would be the most important at defenseman first right. You're right about this. N26, I'm not sure on the right side, but we'll see. On that one, Dimitrov only have one shift in the last game in the third period. Exactly. That's okay about that, Butcher. I'm in a pick, Robert Lavigne. Thanks so much for that one. Thanks again, Marco. Dimitrov still learning. We can use him on offensive play. Triple W. Mayu may be the trade bait in the offseason. It could happen, Gary, for sure. Good morning, Peter Pensono. Welcome back in the house, my friend. Hopefully you're doing well, Peter. Hopefully you're ready for your Eastern weekend. Triple W. Madison going nowhere. Is playing 25 minutes per game. About that. Trade Madison, bring up Rebecca. I would keep Strawberry Jackai. Okay. Triple Rebecca could be the solution about that. Anything is possible in hockey, Coach. But yeah. Coach, what are you on Larry, on Landy? Starting game number one. If you were on the bailout shoes, what game you will start him? Third line. Play him 12 13 minutes and let him growing and developing with time with the playoff. But this is a boost inside the Colorado Avalanche. Not because he's going to play, but also about the fact he's going to be a big asset on the bench. 3 years later, guys, he played with the team. So, in my opinion, This is a great important player for Colorado, Woody. Peter, I think Rebecca make the team. Madison is trouble trade bait for a veteran, right defender to Hudson to play the left with Tinney, Hudson, and Caulfield. Jaka is very important for Peter Personal about that. Good point about this. Before we move on for the next subject, guys, great point. Rebecca, coach, I'm concerned about his durability. Is the jump to the NHL 25 season. But if you talk about injuries, maybe look, Pierre, everybody was talking about the Lane Hudson durability. Lane Hudson, 48 games, 49 games, back to back, and then say everybody said he's going to be killed, he's going to not play well, blah blah blah. Look happening. So I think Perry, I'm not worried about his durability of Rebecca because the team do very well about the coaching, about the players. Um, Question for the people in the chat, guys. Coming from Peter Pensano, my question is about guys. When Jacky play and the playoff against Washington Capitals, game number one, game number two, game number three, or he's not going to play in the game against Washington. Give me your answer in the chat if you don't mind. N26 said, if Cooley, Hudson, Madison play left defenseman, Madison is the odd man out of the he cannot play on the right side, and they are keeping him to play third pairing minute. Therefore, they are not running Cooley or Hudson. So N26 expect Mike Madison to be traded at some point. Robert, knowing Washington will try to hit Lane Hudson every chance they get to you, think it would be better to play him sparingly in the first two games? No, I don't think so. I think I would play Lane Hudson. I just wish he could play on the left side, but I don't expect. I think he's going to use him a lot about that. Do you know Mayu Weaver? He have one more year, Peter, before he become the waiver. He's going to be another waiver exam, Peter. Closing shot from Ottawa. Go Abs, go. Welcome back, Pete. Thank you for all the life we got so far. Wi-Fi need to be in the first game, Robert. Would it just pick Avalanche to win? Is all, buddy. Mark, then you're welcome back, Mark Elliott. Standman, I want Albert to play at least the first two games. Now, Marco, add that if Jacky go in, who do you put? Who do you get out? Keller said game number 2, game number 3 for the Montreal Canadiens. Albert. That's why you're number 1, Marco. Marco win the fantasy hockey. And 26, go Abs, go. Triple W, I think Martin will stick with the trouble at least injuries. Triple W, talk about the lineup for the defenseman. Pizza said, easy. MLS won't play Jacky, I believe. First, Tom Wilson will run with put Jacky on game number 2. Game number 1, Washington will start very physical. Peter, yes. Washington second and third line also AV. We will need Albert Jacky for game number 3 with Savard out for Perry. Yeah, no bad answer, by the way. Albert will replace Strobel. Personal second center. I think we tried to sign a veteran center for Peter. I think we tried to sign a veteran center for 2 center. Or they go with a transition center or a younger prospect. I don't know. We'll see. Play 7 defensemen, put one Ovik shadowing him to the World Series. Now, PS, how do you distribute your TOI minute for the defenseman? You got 7 defensemen, you cut time. Who do you cut the time to? Strobel, Madison, Hudson, Coley, Savard, Carrier. How many minutes Jacky is going to play? every time Wilson is on the ice. How do you feel for the players to play with 7 defensemen? Ron, welcome back. PS Ab would play the best one rolling for line. They play their best when they run for line. Josh Anderson can handle Wilson. Coach, would you put as the top 6 for the Avalanche? But first of all, I have Lekanen with McKinnon. You have Nilsson on second line, Nikushkin, Martin Nikash, first line. I think I would keep Jonathan Drouin on the second line right now. And then the third line, I have Charlie Coy, I have Mike Woods. Um, this is a team really built for the playoff. The center line guy is extraordinarily great. No problem. PS. Butch, talk about Montreal. We need to use our better overall speed for check. If we play laid back side, they will dominate us physically. Coach Senska, welcome back. Are you doing another playoff bracket this year? What's the league name? We got that one, Senska. Here we go. You should work. Some of them did it. Check out. We play first round, maybe or soon as second game. And they have second draft pick. They will make a package to trade up and trade with both Perry McKinnon. Do you see us being able to handle the second line, third line of Washington? Avalanche or stack Coy on the third line is crazy. Pizza. Ron, New York Rangers are the only team to prevent Ovechkin from scoring on the power play and the playoff. They stuck a player on the line under him every time. Could you rely on the ad PK to do that? You're welcome, Senska. Hopefully, you're going to sign up. A great statement as a butcher. Great answer, coach. I think Lindy fit great at the third line. Yeah, exactly, Woody. Good evening, Mr. Alex from Albuquerque. Thanks for all the love we got. Now, I want to talk with this guys because someone mentioned that the NHL Draft 2025 Montreal Canadiens pick. And I want to talk about this guy because I want to give you another update. By the way, Marco, here we go. Marco Larabi, guys, the winner of the ESPN Fantasy Flashback 2024-25. Hugo Boss, first 17-5. Leon Tressador was his fantasy MVP. And of course, Lane Hudson, it was the draft day still. Marco was the second overall pick during that trade. Now, the session guy for the first round pick, you want to know. The Calgary Flame are finished 17 in NHL. Did not make the playoff. But they have the most point of other teams did not make the playoff. For that, the Montreal Canadiens have the 16th overall pick of the Calgary Flame. But here's the problem. They have a condition come with that pick. If the Calgary Flame select on the bottom 10, the Calgary Flame get the pick and Montreal get the pick of the Florida Panthers. The only way now the Montreal lose that pick, they have NHL lottery every year. And it could happen the Calgary select the best they can go is 10 pick advance. So if the Calgary win the lottery pick or the second pick, but the Calgary Flames select 6 or 7, that will keep the pick. That's the only way Montreal lose the pick of the Calgary Flame at 16. So this is a probability. The probability is 0.2%. The last team did it. It was the New York Rangers. But since that, they make the chain of the league, and they have only you can jump only 10. The probability are not great. Now the Montreal Canadiens select 17 right now. If they got eliminated at the first round, if they now after that, if they won the series, now They're going to be on the second round, and now they're going to be 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. They're going to select 25th after that. And they go in the third round, they're going to select now 29, 29. If they lose, and they go all the way to the Stanley Cup, they're going to select 31 to 32. So this is happening. The chance, the probability they select 16, something is very high for me, in my opinion. Now, people asking me, coach, who's going to select? There are many players you can select. You never know what happened, before the top 15. But player like Justin Carbono could be there. I don't say will be there. It could be there. For me, Landon Lankovic, it could be there. Brady Martin could be there. Defenseman, Logan Ansler could be there. Of the defenseman. Fiddler could be there. If they go on the left side defenseman, they have a couple of great defensemen there too. The goaltender, Ravensberger, is going to be there. But for me, my logic, I think Lenkovic, a 6'5" forward, could be a good selection for Montreal Canadiens. It's not guaranteed, but that's another one. Now you have the Russian kid, a 6'4" defenseman. I'm going to screw his last name, so I don't want to mention to you. It's not Radkin. It's Rotoskov or Fotoskov. I cannot remember. I apologize for that. Since the second half of the season, guy, he gained a lot of great experts. Select him on the top 20. We'll see. I'm going to make a show about the NHL draft the next couple of weeks, and I'm going to give you my fun player. Cameron Reid is another one. I can talk about this, but I'm going to mention all those names a little bit later. So that's happening, guy, for that one. We'll see now what we get here on the chat. People talk about this. Merci, Syndicat. Hey, key the series for Ab or Scotty Burnham at Chat GPT told me Ab managing how to high players front and the block point shot when the neck bottle is a wet cap create their offense. Mark Elliott took the third. Yes, second, questionable Perry. Second, maybe the problem defensively. Then, the Ab cannot allow Washington have 30 more shot per game. Also, the Ab leave the shot more under 20 shot game. Lane Hudson was amazing for me. Thanks, guys, for your team. You're welcome, Marco Constitution again. Washington won't have Oshie a backstrom, so we won't have his best pass set up, and Oshie was the best play for him in front of the net. Run Savard, the shot blocker, would be an Ovechkin phase all series on the PK. And 26, Ab need to play with the third man eye on the last game. Sakesi was perfectly above the Canada players. Strom Ovi combo is deadly. Strong guy, 82 points this year. That's pretty amazing. Marco, good things. Savard is retiring. His body will be black and blue. Robert, this year draft is not as hype as the past few years. Better at 2022 for Sakowski for sure. I think, Robert, the top 10 is pretty good. Now, Sheffer, Misa, Frondel, the top 3 right there is pretty good. Like, this is a better than many other draft. Now, you don't have the Fantelli, Carlson, Bedard, But if you compare what happened last year, guys, Celebrine, Linkstrom, I think some players, they are better. Now, the second wave after top 3, I'm talking about, the Dinoyer, the Eklam. This is good players. Defensemen, after Sheffer, they drop, but still have a lot of good defensemen. You have a lot of middle, second line players, in my opinion, on the top 10, and maybe third line for sure. Jake O'Brien is another big one over there, and we'll see. Jackson defenseman, but we'll see. On that one, they should draft Marco. That would be a game changer. Sad to see him retire at 34 run. Mark Elliott, Makorabi, Savard cannot be on the ice every time Ovi is, although we need sacrifice too. I think for me, they're going to use Carrier when Ovechkin will be on the ice. On the PK, the flame with 5 versus 5 has to be a team defense, but Washington Capitals is second best team in NHL at 5 versus 5. So that would be a very big advantage of that. Pourquoi we don't take a Rebecca? We could have a Mishkov Morgan. Because if you get, I'll be honest with you guys right there. If you take Mishkov, you don't have Demidov. You cannot have Demidov Mishkov. It's an X right there. The NHL draft players last year, it was great on defensemen. If Montreal Canadiens select Mishkov last year, the year before that, Montreal are targeting a Biome, a Parek, a Yakimchuk. They're going to select a defenseman. So the question, Morgan, is do you feel better to have Mishkov or Demidov? Give me your answer in the chat. Question, as a coach, you see the Avalanche as more dangerous because they can roll for really deep line. Yes, Woody? Now, here's the Colorado Avalanche. Every playoff, everything, if you don't have a good goalie, hot goalie, you don't have to be Martin Brodeur or Patrick Roy. But if your goalie cannot perform, but that team is not going nowhere. So the Canada Avalanche are going to go all the way because of Mackenzie making Blackwood. If Blackwood cannot be a Crumper or he cannot be Cobar, Hill, but could be a problem for Colorado. My opinion, this is where the Colorado are really could lose the playoff right there versus Jake Ottinger. In my opinion, I could be wrong, but that's what I'm taking. And Martin Besnet, thanks for all the like we got so far. Martin Besnet said, I coach, I would trade one first round pick plus a prospect to trade the advance for center Kelly Denway. I put this information, I don't know where it is anymore. But honestly, Montreal could do a trade with a first round pick, both of them. Khalid Ndouye will be a top 10. In the past, Martin, not many teams trade the first pick. Now, the San Jose today announced they are willing to trade the first pick. I'm surprised about that. I don't know, they bluffing, but the cost to get Sheffer or Misa, that will cost a lot. That will risk for them that we take players already established in NHL. West, the Caps struggling, guys, the last 10 game, by the way. Ron said, Perry, they are dangerous, but nothing like Backstrom and Ovi. Need to take advantage of that. Hudson equal color award. Yeah, right. I don't think Hudson will win the color. Why, Morgan? I'm telling you right now, Morgan. Len Hudson won the color trophy right away. He equaled 60 assists. Never see that since 1981. Larry Murphy. Just right there. Just right there. That's it. He's the only players on the rookie race make the playoff. He's the only rookie played most minutes in any other as a defenseman. Len Hudson finished 7 with the most point in NHL defenseman. Kel McCarr, Zader win the Calder Trophy with less performance of what you see. Now, McCarr got hurt. He played only 58 games, but still. So, in my opinion, it's already in the bag. That's it. Now, the 3 nominations, in my opinion, Céline Brunet, Wolf, and Hudson. And the race is going to be Lane Hudson number one, Lane Dustin Wolf number two, and Celebrate number three. Willie, that's what we want me over the Avalanche rebuild the contender that a crazy makeover. I won't get me to bite Tony Morgan. Let's not mention secondary assist Marco. It's not about the assist Marco Morgan. An assist, an assist is how he play. This is the most important thing, sir. Uh, with the Avalanche, the only thing you really need a question is the goaltending run. That's my exactly my comments about this. Are the Habs good enough or willing to play the left wing lock the drop if they are well? They beat Washington. Triple W carries a good setup. PS Demidov, I prefer Demidov. Demidov, a lot of time, the second person with the Sunday assist did the bulk of the work. Demidov all day. Perry win or lose the series, who will be the surprise performer? Do you think they will package move up with a first round pick? I don't see that, Peter. Now, remember, guys, he said, Coach, they did it last year. 26-21, they get the second round pick and return. So the Montreal Canadiens go to 16 to 12 or 10. I don't see Montreal Canadiens trade the both first round pick to go over 10. But is it good enough to moving from 16, 17, both of them to go to 12, 13? I don't see that. It's not. The only way you want to trade the first two pick if they have to jump in between at least 8. At least 8. I don't see a team to do that. Now, to do that, they would have to add maybe a Logan Mayu. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. The draft is not good. You have two players you can get. Michael Mesa and Sheffer. I would be hesitate for Fondell. But that trade had to involve an established player, not a prospect player, an established players. Alex Newhook, Kirby Doc could be involved with the first two round pick. But I don't know what that thing would make. It will bite on that one because they don't get any close to Misa, Frondel, and Schaffer. Senska, I think the Star will lose without Eskenin Robinson. A good point, Senska, about that. Morgan, Mishkov with Demidov, that would be tell my friend, time would tell. Technically, Mishkov had the advantage right now. There we go. Mishkov is not that bad. Is starting to understand you need to be complete player in NHL. Thomas, welcome back. Hello, my brother. See you soon in the playoff. Marco, Peter, will use their pick to get a center. Could be moved up on the trade for a player. I will say moving up is a plan B and C. Good point, Marco. Do you think Blackwood is try out for Team Canada if that does better than Bennington? It will definitely be considered with Thompson, Montembeau, with also Blackwood on that point. Willie Hill. Can Montreal move up in the draft? I don't see the benefit at the end, triple level, I can mention to you. Mark, who will you take, coach, if we have the pick Schaefer or Misa? Misa. And I will tell you why. Montreal already Lane Hudson. Schaefer could be a little bit better at Hudson overall, but we don't have no close like Michael Misa as a center or the Suzuki. And Misa is already an upgrade. Now, go back to San Jose or someone trade. Can you trade Michael? The only way you get Misa, in my opinion, you have to trade Michael Edge on the deal. if you trade that pick, you need an established players. You cannot have prospect like David Rebacker, Michael Edge, and the first one pick, Montreal Canadiens example. Who is the best player for the Montreal Canadiens you consider have a value to trade for Michael Mesa with other players and the lineup? You cannot trade Caulfield, Suzuki, and Sakaski. You cannot trade Demidov. At the bottom six, we have nobody there. So for me, it comes to Alex Newhook and Kirby Dak. And the value is average. So you have to add with that. And San Jose and Chicago, the goaltender is set up with Askarov and Spencer Knight. So you cannot trade Dobesh. So you have to trade with New Hook. That would cost you David Rebacker, Alex Newhook, Michael Edge for Mesa minimum. And maybe the first one pick. Are you willing to do that? You have to pay. I'm going to say I have a huge BS again, Russia. That's okay, not me. Celebrity is the odds on the favorite boys. It's going to be important for Semi Montembeau to try and bring down his goal average goal again in postseason. But usually the season or the playoff are really um, tie. So it could happen for sure. Every betting site has Hudson as favorite. Antoine, by big concern with Montembeau and the series is got capped love point shot, and his biggest witness is a park through traffic. Thank God Ab beat coming up because Columbus won the last game. Welcome back, Pete Martin. Montembeau has one more year with Montreal. I don't think so, Morgan. Montembeau will be with Montreal for 3 more years, I believe. I could be wrong. Page 61. Hudson does not win the color. Something funny happened at the wedding. And 26. I agree with you about that. Pittsburgh might betray the ninth round pick. This is really good about that. N26. Um, if you have an N26, um, give me what it would be, what they're looking for. N26. I like to have those kind. I like those kind of show guys because we go with no template. That's what I call the Friday night party. Because we talk action with respect, and we changing the subject. And I love those kind of conversation we got. And we're already guys 1 hour together. RJ right now is on the break. Marco, he'll be back at tomorrow. About that. Don't forget, everybody, Laval Rocket win tonight, but it's score 5-1 against Belleville. Won the trophy. McGregor Kilpatrick Trophy, the best team in American Hockey League. Congratulations for Laval Rocket. Jekai, Simono, Condola, Barry Boulet scored a goal for the Laval Rocket tonight, and I missed one. But it is what it is. The one is only face off. Christian Shot on the West follow would be, and then it shot other American Hockey League. Marco, don't sleep on the Pittsburgh second round pick. Ab won't do. That's a good value. Good point, Marco, about that. Good enough, coach. One is the playoff bracket game. Sorry if it was already said. Here we go. Rudolph, you can click on it. It's right there at the bottom on that one. Rudolph. And big on both Liberty. Pete Martin won the last 6 games. So, yeah, very fortunate for the Habs. Coach, who do you think win Connie Smythe? I don't want nobody leave the building, so I'm not going to tell the truth. But I expect McKinnon, Vazeski today. That's my expectation. Good question. I like the best style too, Morgan. For the look top tier. Great with you. Eric M. If Al can win a game in Washington, they can stretch series to 6-7. Great point. Marco, go with McKinnon. Coach, do you draft a Bennington and fantasy this? No, no. And I was really bad, Willie. I go with the Devils this year, and it was not good also for them. So um, I kill all the dual goalie I pick every year, Willie. Too many injury, Willie. I had about 6, 7, 8 player injury. It's not an excuse, but it is what it is. Rimouski lead the series 3-2 against the Chicoutimi after 5 games. 3 assists for Dinwiddie tonight. They won the series against Bécamo in 5 games. For that, Montebo is a starter. You're right about that. What do you have do with Primo? I expect him to be traded at some point. Morgan. Caleb select Dinwiddie. Yes, but Alexandre, a second round pick is not. Now, what N26 said, if Pittsburgh are willing to trade if Dinwiddie as number 9, I make every dream, every move. If Victor Eglom is still there at 9, I make a trade. If Jake O'Brien is open up there, I make a trade. Why are we so focused on the draft? We have a series to talk about, boys. Montebo is our starting goalie, according to common sense. Tristan, welcome back in the house. Old habit die hard. We are just talking of draft in April. Right on comments, Marco. We should talking line matchup. Fowler. They're not going to trade Fowler. But it's a good point, N26. Well, Marco, I have the Habs crushing the competition the way they are playing. Peter said, forget Misa, go with Tinway. What will Dak Mayu, a captain, get to the team? Could they be enough for a second center? No, Eric. Chicago have a night, but they could flip him eventually if they get Fowler. Why the Montreal would trade Fowler and 26? Malcolm to Montreal. You talk about Malcolm Spence, Eric? New York Anderson would have to finish breakaway. Christian Shaw. We have a second singer, Eric Kirby Dak Morgan. Spencer Eric, that's what I'm thinking. We got that. The Dak is second star is a better winger. Eric. Pittsburgh trade the first pick and won a Calgary first place Edge. Michael Edge. I would do that. Look for Morgan. Dak is not a second star, he's a third line winger at best. Wake up. Very good news is that Martin said we trust 3 of these 4 line, 5 versus 5. He can go strength. I only understand about 80% of what you said, but that's enough. Morgan, no one forcing you to hang out. I don't know what you're talking about. I can read between the line. I almost figure out coach bracket, Peter. Do you give the second first 25 round pick for Crosby for 2 or 3 years? Maxime Boisvert, good question. I think if it's the case, Maxime, we're not good enough in return for Crosby. Pittsburgh, I could be wrong. N26 is more follow the team. I expect more Pittsburgh, not rebuild or retools. That would be my opinion about that. Comment on dit échange more tout de suite? Trade me right now. About that. Butch, Mick Jesus will win the Connie Smythe Trophy this year. If it's the case, Butch, so you see the others win the Stanley Cup. I never heard of Breckenridge. What? So Breckenridge is a city uh, between Denver and Vail. It's a ski resort area, really well known. Breckenridge. Cap have a balanced lineup. The bottom six player really heavy. I think which defenseman they have used about this. Demita will get the Connie Smythe Christian show. Demita will better will be a carrot. Great point, Morgan. About Fuller. Is a ski resort here and Broadway in Denver. Look up. Here we go. See Peter, Pete Martin. I know Colorado. PS, I think they look at which defenseman was available this year and decide lazy year was better draft for defenseman. They also try to trade with Columbus to get both Lishkinov and Davidov. You talk about Chicago. Ski is the best center in the playoff. Cole should also be on the double shift on the second line unit. I disagree with you guys. And I'll be honest with you guys. You talk about the playoff. Let's talk a little bit more about that. The playoff of the Montreal Canadiens is 3-33. And Casey bring a point about Cole Caulfield second. I don't think so. I think Montreal should remove now Patrick Laine. Should remove Nick Suzuki on the second power play unit. Bring Patrick Laine out off of the first unit. Put Cole Caulfield at the spot of Patrick Laine. Bring Demidov on the first unit on the left side. So you have Demidov, Suzuki, Caulfield, Sakaski, Lennartson. You have Patrick Laine, Alex Newhook on that one with Eamon Eneman, Mike Madison, Gallagher. In my opinion, there will be more benefit. The Montreal Canadiens power play needs some change. I understand maybe Laine will be crying on the corner, or will be a pity like Mike Hoffman, and he will be shut him down. But it is what it is. The power play with Patrick Laine is worse without him. So he can suck it up in the corner and cry, or he said, you know what, I'm okay with that. I accept my role. I will do my best for the Montreal Canadiens win the playoff. So for me, it'll be the biggest chance right now at the beginning of the playoff. Put Laine out. Put Demidov first one. Put Suzuki. And don't play Suzuki and Caulfield on the unit number 2. Guys, they already die. We're out of the playoff. You need fresh legs. You need fresh body. Don't play 25 minutes like the last 2 games for Caulfield and Suzuki. Too many minutes. It's now the time to play playoff. Roll your 4 line. Put the player play about 19, 20 minutes per game. Increasing your minute at the bottom 4. And we'll see from there. And the Demidov situation of 5 versus 5 is all depends what happening in the game. If it's 2-2, then you need a goal, put Laine and Demidov. But if they're winning 3-2, 4-3, or 4-2, it's shut down Demidov, Newhook, and Laine. Play with your third top line right there. We'll see what happened here. John, hi dear friend, how are you tonight? Great, John. Everybody, guys, don't forget to click on the right again if you don't mind. Jason, Montreal is going to look at Ekblad for a right D. Ekblad don't go nowhere. Ekblad have the Panthers logo in front of him. Ekblad Barkov, it's not separate. It's like a divorce. Understand, Bill Zito, the Panthers are not into the heart. But Ekblad has been there for many years. I think Ekblad will accept a deal around $6 million to stay with the team over there. That's me. They just need to move the puck faster. Absolutely don't need Lenny on the power play. One is been worse at him is too precise what they said. They just need to move puck faster, Marco. No, the strategy of the team is exactly what you do with Ovechkin. They put a guy on Lenny and they shut down everything. So and they know Lane Larson cannot shoot. So at the end, you cannot do that. For power play, Alexandre Maillard. Good night, guys. Perry. Early start tomorrow morning. Good night, Perry. Let's see. Absolutely don't need Lenny on the power play. Was an interesting idea, coach. It's fun to listen to an expert like you. Sorry, Alex, I'm not an expert allowed. Far to be an expert. But I like to share my opinion. I agree with that move. Coach does Martin have the guts to do that. That's the biggest question. Now, here's the point here. When you coach a team, the first thing to do is to know the players personally and as a hockey player in life. So at the beginning of the year, every time, when you coach junior or AAA program, you get a lot of players, new players coming every year on your team. It's different NHL, right? But you still need to know who they are. So how can you change a mindset of the players like Laney? But you already know who he is. You know now at the playoff who he is because you've been with him for 82 games. So now you bring him on the office and sit with him and explain the reason you do the move. And when you talk with the players, guys, you you don't go with negativity with the player. You always try to bring him back and to support him and to go with positivity at the end. This is the only way you're not going to lose the player because the mindset of Lenny is fragile. But if you focus on him to tell him, look, we need balance. Look what happening for the last 15 games. Cannot put the puck in the net. If we open up more you on the second unit number two, you're really going to helping the team along at a short term. And you need to also, I'm not going to punish you on the 5 versus 5. If you accept the role, if you want to sacrifice for the team, it would be benefit for you and for the team at the same time. And you try to bring some kind of positivity beside the message for the players. And that's how they accept the role inside that. He said, yeah, no, tomorrow. It's, we have 4 games to win. If not, we pick up the bag, the trash bag, and we go home. So when you do a chant like that, you have to sit with the players. You have to explain to him the reason behind that. And this is the way I've been coaching that way. That's what I learned from the other coaches to give always positivity or every time you try to bring a change so the player can accept his role behind that. Let's see what got it. This guy have missing a lot of people in the chat, but Alex K, how are you, buddy? Billy, back in the house. Lenny should be better, or the fire son is what fans see. Lenny is a power play as shootout specialist. Anderson need to have Lenny move to the far post like Ovechkin does when he's that best. He's been taking away his move PK. The prime Marco is Lenny does not move. So if Lenny could move, when you move, you attract the players. So what you said to you guys, one Lenny, he can go from the dots. This is the dots right here, right? This is the dots. This is the wall. You have approximately 10 feet between the dots and the wall. If you sit there at the dots right here and you don't move north, south, back, west, you're not open up. The player in front of him, it will stop the puck. But if you move out north, south, you open up, the diamond is going to move. And now you open up for the bumper or for the goal line guy. And this is the problem. Sakeski never go on the Laney side. If I was me, I would move Sakeski to other side to make a little bit more distraction on the defenseman or the guy cover Laney. Because now you're going to get Sakeski to the bumper or Sakeski back to Laney. The player have to move here. The player cover Laney all the time. He sit there because we don't make any move from the goal line. We only make the move from the Laney back to Hudson. Hudson back to Laney. So for me, I would move that players on the other side of the goalie line to helping Laney to have better chance to move the distraction of the diamond. Now go tell me, yeah, the defenseman. But when Laney is there, the defenseman guy does not worry about Sakeski. But now, if we bring Sakeski on the same side, Laney on the goal line, you change the diamond. There's some moves going to happening there. That will open the line of the bumper for the Montreal Canadiens. This is my opinion there. Now, if you do that also, your defenseman cover Sakeski on the post side, right? And the guy at the top is going to maybe hit the bumper. But now what's happening, guys, is now you're going to have Lenny with the puck, back to Sakeski, return to Sakeski, back to Hudson, now get Caulfield on the other side. With Caulfield on that side, now the diamond is switching from that side. That's what, for me, this is the biggest thing I would try to do on the power play for the Montreal Canadiens. I'm not an expert, but only thing you want to make a change is that way. If you keep Lenny there. If you don't get Lenny there, you have Caulfield. The diamond of the Capitol will be a little bit different. They really respect Caulfield, but not like Lenny. But David is going to be a very dangerous player on the left side. Now you can leave Sakeski on that side. Because with Sakeski and Demidov, you have three left shoulder versus two right shoulder. Again, who knows? It would be better without Lenny if it was hot at the start. It's cold way down and too predictable. I'm confused, Marco Morgan. Maurice, yes, that's a coaching. Emerson need to convince him that movie will open up space. Lenny can help the Habs versus Washington if he can score. Of course, it's done, and Montreal trade for a second round pick next deadline. So, Morgan, let's trade Lenny. All right? Who play with Demidov next year? Just curious about that, Morgan. If we trade Patrick Lenny, guys, let's talk it with Friday Night Party. Who play with Demidov next season? I want answer right now, guys. If you don't mind. Pete Martin, Lenny have a push shot. Bring the cup back at home. Sakeski need to learn how to push everyone all the way. Antoine, I have leave losing the Avalanche in final, Marco. It would be better for without Lane. It's condoned to the predictable, so we got that information there. The power play percentage is basically the same with Lenny as without him. It's supposedly 0.02, I believe, with 0.03. Maurice Marco, he has to move around and playing like a 3. Morgan, Lenny is a one tricky pony. Buddy, Alex, how are you, buddy? Lenny should be better at 5 versus 5. We'll go right there, we'll go back down. Bonne nuit, mon Nicolas. Suppression have to leave. With Antoine, keep Lenny for sure. Morgan, Lenny is under contract for 1 more year season. Cool. Yeah. So you said you want to trade him. If I believe that's what I read. I could be wrong, Morgan. But if you trade him next year during the summer, like this summer, who do you get with Demidov? You want to sign him a long term? No. I never said that, Morgan. I would just said I would keep him 1 more year. But with Crosby, coach, power out. Are you placed, Roy? I think Sakeski should watch Anderson highlights. If he played like Anderson, will be skill will be a beast. And now, my next question, guys. Give me from the series Montreal versus the Montreal Canadiens versus Washington. The biggest impact player for the Montreal Canadiens if they win. Who need to perform the best for give the Montreal Canadiens the better chance to win? Sakaski, Caulfield, Suzuki, Demidov, Hudson, Laney, Montembeau, Madison. Who you think if Montreal win and 5 game, 4 game, 6 game, 7 game is going to be the biggest impact for the Montreal? Make it friends maker. Colorado much more suited for a long playoff run and the West. Ricky Martin welcome in the house. Good night, Nicolas. 1 more year. Sorry, coach. This make no sense. Yeah, Morgan. Patrick Laney have 1 more year. His contract 8.7 with the Montreal again next season. What is not no sense for you? 1 more year. Sorry, coach. Just make no sense. Yeah, 1 more year his contract. Patrick Laney. He is not UFA. Jason go with Montembeau. Alexandre Suzuki all the way. Ken Winford goalies. Without Lenny, the ad did not make the playoff, Boomerang. I disagree with you, Boomerang, about that. What Lenny did for the Montreal Canadiens to make the playoff today. Tampa would take the leave out of the second round in the East, Ricky. If you want to participate, guys, at the NHL draft bracket, you can sign up under our league. Divita, we can score many goals for us through the fast break. It's good for the be out goalie. Montebo Mark goalie and Madison need to be the best defenseman in the series for N26. Without goaltender, no team win the playoff. Our goalie need to stop his game with us. And Marco, I will send Montebo a goalie because they have the win the net for the battle. Madison goalie need to step up. Mark Elliott, they can get a better player underneath. If you want to join the bracket, guys, is that the one? Alexandre, 20 gold. Patrick Laney, but Gallagher did it. Suzuki did it. Caulfield did it. No one player have to do it as a team. Are going to be an upset for Washington. So, final go, Habs go. At the end, guys, you need it. It's Montembeau for me. Montembeau have to save the Montreal Canadiens. Have to steal a game, 2 games for the Montreal Canadiens. If Montembeau only they cannot keep the Montreal the chance to win every game, and we're in trouble. You can have a good series for Suzuki, Hudson, but at the end, Montembeau had to be a great goaltender for the Montreal Canadiens. And some of you said the goalies equal playoff or playoff equal goalies. I agree with you about that. Pete, question: RFA coach, can the player take offer from other team, please? You right about this, Pete? They can. Like happening with Kokanemi. That's happening with Brober and Oliver last year. So the team owns the right of the player as a RFA, but after a specific date, I think is after July 1st, the player can get an offer sheet. And then the team can equal the same number or the number of the team offer to the players. So if not, the team lose a player, but they get something in return. It would be too hard for me to explain every categories, but this is the happening, Pete. The best answer I can give to you. The way we say the Montreal Canadiens Boomerang Madison need to be shut down, guys. But we not outscore the opponent. So need goaltending. Eric. PS coach, when the ad will trash in November, everything blame the goalie. I was always behind them. It was the team that was bad, never Montebo and Primo. PS, I'll be a little bit disagree with you. Primo was one of them responsible about the that first 6 weeks. Primo never make the big. He never steal the game. He was really bad at PS. But you're right about that. The defensive zone was bad. The man-to-man or the hybrid system they used was not very good. No chemistry between the forward and the defenseman. But Primo was also not great between the pipe. Will they shine at the playoff game? Don't think that there would be as many offer sheet as the people think with the cap going up. I think more dollars spent. If Goulet and Madison play great, is only help them on tempo. Great point and 26. I mean, it's Lenin is well, there nobody, and the pipeline can put this on the table, so they are important gold. Alexandre, they have Cole Caulfield. So at 5 versus 5, Alexandre, Lenny scored only 5 goals. You can have anybody can score 5 goals for the Montreal Canadiens and 54 game he played. Caulfield can score many goals like Lenny did, in my opinion. So Lenny overall was not the factor important for the Montreal Canadiens, in my opinion. You're right about this, Marco, on the GSVA. Okay, got this. Thank you. Montreal must be make an offer to Mason McDavid. Roger 8 million. I said 7 million 8 years. So Pete, the team cannot give him 8 years. The only time that a player can get 8 years contract, Pete, he has to be the rise of the players. So the best you can give a 7 year. Now the Anaheim is going to equal that offer. They will maybe be upset about $10 million, but I don't see Montreal is going to that direction. By the way, Montreal Canadiens under Ken Hughes is really smart, and he would go with a trade and return. I don't see move like that for Ken Hughes. It's not on his principle, in my opinion. Offer sheet, sign a UFA over $9 million. I don't see that yet. Yes, at the beginning, Eric, it was the first subject of the night, Eric, for David Savard. Here we go, Marco. Sorry, I came late. Not a problem, Eric, about that. I think, Eric, you have a question for me at the show before that. Caulfield could not score 60. He's already 37 anyway. He leave in 1 year. Now, Alexandre, it's not like the 37 plus 20. We need to look about Alexandre, the 20 goal of Laney. 15 on the power play, 5 at 5 versus 5. Can you do you believe a player would take all the minute Lenny play, cannot score 5 goals at 5 versus 5, and maybe more? So the 5 goal is not a problem. Let's see the new players score 8 goals. That removed 15 goal power play for Lenny at 12. Do you think Caulfield he can score half of the goal of Lenny on power play? 6 of them. Yes. So at the end, Patrick Lenné is not the major impact Alexandre to make the playoff because of his goal power play or his 20 goal at the end. Does that make sense? When does AO become unstraded? 5 years? 2032. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was one off. 2032. I will tell you one thing, guys. You're never going to win the Stanley Cup with Sebastian Ao. In my opinion. That's my point, Jason. Just sign up for the breakup. Here you go, Ricky. What does I will become? Anderson, I answer to you. We have nothing to lose, Morgan. You're right about that. If you talk about Montreal Canadiens, I agree, Monty have to be beyond great. He has to stand on his head for us to win, Ricky. Um, Not that level, Ricky, but you have to not give the muffin goal, right? The bad goal. Keep the Montreal at that level. I think that'll be good. Coach, I think you need to be careful. Lenny might be playoff bees. People here at the Avalanche camp are talking bad about Lifkanen, and I don't like it. That looking at his playoff stats. Woody, you got everything is possible. I don't see Lenny play 16, 17, 18 minutes against Washington. So the key for Lenny is working hard and to be sure he don't get scored against him and put the puck in the net. If he does it, that'll be great. What is Lenny contract? One more year at 8.7, Eric, for him. That will be a free agent. We have Lenny, one more year, Ricky. Thank you. Playoff is a world news level to play, Alexandre. You're right about this, Butch. Bye, Marco. Marco, have a good night. Jack McCall, Montreal Shine. Don't forget, guys, to click on that. Means the team has been outplayed at one under 20 shot again per game. Pete Martin, glad you are enjoy your night. Carolina maybe win the cup this year. They have an easy path playing in the Metro. I don't think so. And 26. The team going to make the playoff final is going to be the Atlantic Division, in my opinion, and 26. Toronto, Panthers, or Tampa Bay. How many million are we pay Lenny? 8.7. Going to be fiscal for the Lenny goalie again. Caps. You're right about this 3W about that. Ricky, the winner of the Ab Capital play either Carolina or New Jersey in the second round, which remind is an easy position to play the Leafs on Tampa Bay. You're right about this, Ricky, about that. New subscriber, Ben Shapiro. Yo, platform my car. Here we go. You welcome Ben Shapiro, guys. We grow.
Thank you very much.
Thanks to be a part of the show tonight, Mr. Ben Shapiro. What do you think, Coach? The winner of the AB, yeah, you're right about this, but I still believe Atlantic team was going to be all the way to the final. Lenny is an and after that, Morgan. Toronto, best shot in Atlantic, you're right. I think Tampa will go to the final, but not sure about West. Um, we're going to finish there the next couple of minutes, guys. I'm going to give you one more chance to tell me the Stanley Cup final, who is going to be the two team, and who's going to win the Stanley Cup. And give me your MVP of the playoff. So, if you don't mind, I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to do it. Example, if it's Colorado versus Toronto, MVP, McKinnon. So usually the MVP is the winner, or the MVP is the winning of the Stanley Cup. We'll see. I think Tampa Bay and Canada, two of Florida, Toronto. Tampa could be out at the first round top full. New Jersey beat Carolina and are better cut Washington. You're right. I choose Carolina, but that's before they mess up and trade and Nikash. Not my pick anymore. Pick Avalanche to Winnipeg. Dallas West and my pick, Billy. Pete, my relative are from around the Westport. Everything like that. Here we go. You got mine. Ben, Poland, 9 car. Are you doing the playoff? Yes, I do, Ben. Welcome to the house. Pay my receive. Shifley. Dallas out of the injury entering playoff. Okay, Ab will play Carolina after they beat Washington and 26. Too early to tell. It's too tough for me to predict, coach. Here we go, guys. You got my final bracket. Colorado versus Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is the winner of the playoff. Kucherov is my MVP. Triple W go with Winnipeg, Tampa Bay. Avalanche, Tampa final. Avalanche won. Nathan McKinnon and Mark. Pete, my family from Saskatchewan, Colorado versus Tampa. Mrs. Drouin, joke maker. Here we go. Alexandre, we agree. Winnipeg, Canada, Hellebuck MVP. But my mom was from Norway. Interested conference finale séparée. Appearance for the Habs. I can see it. Couple more minutes. Don't forget, guys, before you leave the building to click on the likes. Ben, if you have any question, you can ask a question. Where are you coming from? And welcome to be a part of the Montreal Canadiens or the NHL family here at the Hockey National Show at Nation. Pete Martin, hi, coach. I guess you pick. I knew it. Here we go. Pete, you got it. Butch, comment it can happen. Oh, you brother from another. 007. Salut mon homme. Thanks for being part of the show. MVP Montreal Suzuki. Yep. I go Habs go in 26. Don't forget to please to click on the like. If you don't mind, that'd be great. That's crazy, Pete. Anybody want to pronounce on the funnel? Again, if you want to join our bracket challenge, guys, coach, pick 2 predictable, Ricky. I'm worried for the Panthers. I'm worried for the Winnipeg. And I believe Edmonton is out. And 26, everything could happen right there. Alex, go Abs, go. Billy, Pete, God bless her. My pick are Shocker. Toronto versus Winnipeg, Pete Martin. No, not Shocker at all. Thanks so much, Alexander. Today, guys, here is Songkran Festival. The day of the water gun. The day of everybody hug each other. Anyhow, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the late show. We're going to do a lot of this season at the playoff. We're going to do a lot of late show after the playoff game at night. So don't forget, guys, tomorrow night I'm going to both game playoff double header. Now, when I do sometime the game, I'm not necessarily do a play-by-play, but we put we listen the game live on the background, and we talk in the chat. So that's going to do this. Maybe one per night. Maybe I would do one by play. But stay with us, guys. I present the game tomorrow. Two game, 6 p.m. Eastern time, and then 8:30. Then we just start the Blues, and then the Colorado versus the Dallas Stars. So hopefully you're going to be part of the show tomorrow night. I can't wait to see all of you. If you leave the building, guys, don't forget to click on the likes. It was a great show to be with us. Tonight was a double header. The Laval Rocket win 5-1 against Belleville. They won the McGregor Kilpatrick Trophy, the best team in American Hockey League. And then, of course, Montreal started the series Monday night against the Washington Capitals. So, listen, this is the best time of hockey, first round in NHL. A great series, and hopefully you guys will be with us every night talking about the hockey. And the reason, guys, who we are and we get better every day is because you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. That's all, guys. The reason behind that. And hopefully we'll see you around. We appreciate your time to be with us tonight. Moderator with Rodway Kings. We want to thank also all the people who joined us tonight on the great evening of the Ab Late Show, of course. And I can wait to see you tomorrow night for the first game of the playoff 2025. And Winnipeg, when the Winnipeg hosts the St. Louis Blues Until the next time, my friend, of course, have a great night, have a great evening. We also tell you, have an happy Easter, our family. Don't forget to remember to love your family first. And of course, we want to also pray for Inartap or his family. We wish the best for the family of Inartap. If you don't mind to do that, that'd be great. And finally, we wish you an amazing, great night. Until then, be well, be healthy. Find a way not only to dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the first half of what? Someone was said 2025. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys. Don't forget to come back tomorrow. And don't forget to click on the like and sharing the channel of what you like to be every single night. The Hockey Nation and the Ab Nation. Until next time, my friend, the Hockey Nation and the Ab Nation want to tell you one more thing. We love you, friends. Good night, everybody. I can wait see you tomorrow night. And of course, we can finish with that. I don't know how have this around here. If I have it, we're going to play. If not, we cannot do it. I think we can do it.
Bleu, blanc, rouge, le Canadien, c'est dans notre sang, dans notre cœur, notre tradition, notre honneur. Le Canadien, c'est doux, c'est une partie de nous. Bleu, blanc, rouge, le Canadien, c'est une partie de nous.
Here we go. This is the Montreal Canadiens sound. Have an amazing, great Easter, everybody. Grape is in the house. Everybody is in the house. Don't forget to come back tomorrow night at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Enjoy the rest of your night, everybody. Merci, Marco and Marc Elliott and everybody else. Have a great night, everybody. Here we go, Ricky. Good night, Mark. Thanks for everybody, guys. See you tomorrow night. For W, have a good night. Here we go. Booyah! I'm out.